Welcome to Friday Night Fever on Fox. I am Jim Holder. Thank you so much for joining us. It is already week number 6 of the high school football season. Where does the time fly? It's flying by fast, folks. Some more area schools are playing division openers. Others are going to start next week. We have scores on our ticker as always and at WTVA.com as we continue to update those. We begin with our game day haircuts and spa game of the week. It was Houston at Itawamba AHS and homecoming at Itawamba AHS. There's all kinds of things going on. Pick it up in the first quarter. Itawamba AHS with the football. Indians moving it. Anthony Dilworth, after the handoff from Davion Sistrunk, makes the cut back, and he is gone 60 yards for the touchdown. And just like that, the Indians are on top 7-0. Houston will answer. Both teams undefeated coming into this one at 5-0. Red Parker dropping back. He will run with it. He'll pick up about 25 yards, and that will go for a first down as he is knocked out of bounds. Hilltoppers fans excited about that play. They'd be more excited about this one. Parker handing off to Dylan Davidson, and he will cut through. It's a 30-yard touchdown. That tied the game at 7, and those Topper fans, as he flexes his muscles, made that long trip to Fulton. Fired up about that. We'll keep it going as Houston with the kickoff, and here's Sistrunk. He'll take it 80 yards for the touchdown. Just like that, Indians back on top 14-7. That ends the first quarter. These guys liked it. And then Sistrunk a little bit later on, handing off to Ike Chandler. He's already gone over 1,000 yards this season. He'll go way over. He'll continue to pad to that total. 75-yard score. Indians up 21-7. Fans saying, "Did you see that?" Yes, we just showed you. And then the Hilltoppers answering. Xavion Ford, 25-yard touchdown run, but in the end, in case you didn't know by now, Itawamba AHS getting the win over Houston, 38-14. All right, Moorville at Mantachie, and Troopers, well, how would they respond to the news yesterday from the probation after last week's brawl in New Albany? They had some players out, but didn't seem to affect them. First drive, Dawson Phillips to Donovan Caldwell, and that is going to go for a first down. Mantachie's TJ Seago wanting to stop. It's fourth down. This pass goes incomplete, but a penalty against Mantachie, so Moorville's going to keep the football, and right after that, Phillips looking deep for Caldwell again. Hit as he throws. Caldwell with the catch. That's a touchdown. 7-0 Troopers. They are on top. Moorville fans loving that. Battle of Highway 371. Mantachie, though, answering Patrick Mangles. Big carry here. That'll go for a first down, but moments later, Mustangs keeping it on the ground, but this time there's going to be a fumble. Blake Patterson getting in there and making the recovery. And then watch what happens. A few moments later, Phillips finding Patterson. The guy who just made the fumble recovery makes the touchdown catch. He'd also kick the extra point. Moorville on top 14-0. Troopers go on to win this one by the final of 47-0. All right, Amory at New Albany. First 3 quarters of this one tonight. And the Panthers, well, trying to get a big win on the road, but the opening drive, New Albany's Charlie Lott finding C.J. McKinney, and he'll break a few tacklers. Brought down for a first down. And then Lott, read option here, but he is immediately stopped by the Panther defense. A little bit later on, as the New Albany fans fired up, Lott trying to find John Isaac Wallace, but Amory's defense coming through again. And then Charleston French, son of Amory legend Rufus French, taking the carry, brought down along the sideline. Amory moving the football. Hunter Jones looking for a big play downfield. But watch Isaiah Cochran here making the interception off the tip, or actually not an interception, just knocks that one away. In the end, though, Amory going to get the win. Big win on the road for the Panthers. 35-14 was that final. Knox at TCPS. The Tigers ranked number 1 in Class 1A, and they were up 14-0 in the second quarter. They've got the football. K.D. Carter with the carry. He'll fumble it, but Raheem Hathorn getting in there and making the recovery for his team. Knox Pater cheerleaders pleased with that. A little bit later on, same drive. Here's Carter. And Carter going to keep going. Will keep going. Looks like he might be stopped, but no. He's still going. Huge run. Finally brought down inside the Eagle 10-yard line. Sean Holliday's team needing a stop. They're not going to get it on this possession. Somewhere in here, Hathorn's going to get behind his blockers. Here's Hathorn popping out there. 21-0 Knox-Pater with the lead. TCPS trying to respond right before the half. Kai Holliday scrambling. He'll find Noah Foster. Foster going to get a first down for the Eagles at midfield. Later in the drive, Holiday looking for his other big receiver, one of his other big receivers, John Avery Herod, for the touchdown. Extra point blocked. Knox Payer up 21-6 at halftime. Wound up going to overtime. Tigers do win it in overtime on the road. 35-33 was that final. Calhoun City at North Pontotoc. And here we go. Wildcats trying to get a win on the road. They beat Water Valley last week. Second quarter, TJ Polk for the Vikings. Short gain. Stopped by the Wildcats. And then Polk looking for Hayes Malone. He'll find him. Gets a few yards, and he will pick up a first down out of bounds. Then Polk this time, taking it up the middle for the Vikings. However, this drive would end in a punt for North Pontotoc. Here comes Calhoun City. Jadarius Hill able to find the corner for a big gain. This is after the Tigers faked a punt. He's brought down for a first down, and then Hayden Goodson going to seal the deal. Tigers strike first, but North Pontotoc strikes last. Vikings get the win at home. 7-6 was that final. Shannon at Okolona. This highlight's going to have a theme. It's going to be Swintali White. Early in the first quarter, 20-yard gain for White. Brought down by the Chieftains. And then White's running the football again. It works so well, and White going to carry it down all the way to the 1-yard line. He's going to get it next time. How about Swintali White? Gets in for the first touchdown of the game. Shannon up 6-0. They're going to go for 2. It's White again. Why not? 8-0, just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Then later in the first, well, White running it in again. Red Raiders up 24-0 to end the first quarter. The Red Raiders rolling in this one. 48-0 was that final. Aberdeen at Nettleton. And the Tigers at home up 25-0. Time right now in the first half. Bulldogs trying to score, but there's a fumble. Tigers will recover. Graham Gardner looking for Charlie Sullivan. Couldn't grab that one, though. Tipped away. So, Nettleton up at the half, 29-0. Third quarter, Bulldogs trying to come out with some energy and some urgency. Jonathan Moore for Aberdeen, the nice return. He's going to be brought down all the way at the Tigers' 30-yard line, so Aberdeen trying to get something going. But C.J. Arnold. Nettleton fans fired up. They got a big lead. Looking for his receiver, but this one tipped away. Nettleton rolling tonight. 43-0 is the final score. All right, every week we ask you to vote on our Instagram contest, on our Instagram account for our Friday Night Fever Band and Cheerleaders of the Week. This week's winner is Houston. We will hear from the Hilltopper Band in just a minute, but first, the Houston cheerleaders take us to our first break.
We're HHS, we're red and white. We're the A's, we're the A's, we're the F's. We're HHS, we're HHS. We're the home of the Marines and the white. Marine and white. Marine and white. We're HHS. Marine and white. We're HHS. Marine and white.
All right, our Band of the Week from Houston High School. You always get something a little different from Houston. Great job as always. Welcome back to Friday Night Fever right here on WLOV. I'm Jim Holder. Scores on our ticker and also at WTVA.com. Ticker sponsored by Busy Lad. By the way, we will continue now with highlights. Let's go to Grenada at Saltillo and the Chargers. Saltillo trying to unplug the Chargers in their division opener, but Grenada was up 35-0 at halftime. Third quarter, Wayne Smith the carry for a couple of yards for the Tigers. Saltillo fans, though, still into it, trying to rally their team one way or another. Third down, Jake Prather looking for Caleb Agnew, but that one is going to fall incomplete, so the Tigers are forced to punt. And on the ensuing possession for Grenada, DeMarquise Gibson making some moves, and he's outrunning everybody. Touchdown carry Extra point was good, made it 42-0 Grenada, and the Chargers go on to win in this one by the final score of 49-0. Ripley at Pontotoc, and it was homecoming tonight in the Hollow. Right before halftime, you see, of course, the homecoming queen being crowned at halftime, but right before the half, we go back. Jamarcus Whitfield taking in at the goal line. 10-0 lead for the Warriors at the half, and then Whitfield going to get the carry on the opening drive of the third quarter for Warrior gain. Jeff Carter's team trying to continue to move the football. They'd really put some yards on the ground on this drive. Here's Whitfield again, kind of like the Shannon Swintali-White highlights just a second ago. Jet sweep here to Caleb Hobson. That's a big play. And the Warriors are in Tiger territory. And, well, Pontotoc fans fired up because why not? They'll try it again. Tress Vaughn here this time. And he will get some big yards. Warriors had to kick a field goal to end the drive, but in the end, Pontotoc getting its first win of the season as they are victorious over Ripley. 20-7 was that final. Smithville at Hamilton, Monroe County rivalry. Seminoles up 22-0 in the second quarter on the road. Octavian Miller handing off to Dylan Christian. 5 yards, stopped by a den of lions. Hamilton won its homecoming game last week. 2 plays later, Miller calling his own number. He will score from 5 yards out. They went for 2 and made it. Seminoles getting the win in this one by the final score of 42-0. All right, East Union at Hatley, homecoming for the Tigers. Homecoming court ready to go. Markel Hunt here. Handoff stopped by the Urchin defense in the first quarter. Ken Adams looking on. Trying another play. Here's Hunt. Handing off, and it's going to go for a 30-yard gain. Knocked out of bounds as the Tigers move the football. And next play, well, here's Hunt calling his own number. That's going to be a 13-yard touchdown. Extra point was good, but East Union spoiling Hatley's homecoming. Urchins get the win, 43-17. I want to mention a couple other scores here. Don't have highlights of them, but we're going to mention a couple other scores here real quick. East Webster still undefeated tonight. They beat Union 27-20, and Tupelo a winner over Hernando. 42-21 was that final. More at WTVA.com. We've got more highlights and scores when Friday Night Fever returns. Stay with us. We're on WLOV, week number 6 of the high school football season. Class 6A and Class 5A schools are playing their division openers tonight. We had a couple of top 5 matchups in these openers. Let's start with Class 6A, and it's South Panola at Starkville. Yellow Jackets taking the field. South Panola was actually the last team to beat them at home back in 2014. And Ricky Woods, coach of South Panola, his team off to a big start. Terry Bobo, nice play, catches the ball, but Starkville now with the football back. Luke Altmeyer back to throw, finding Orion Thompson. He will gain some yards on that play. And then, well, here's South Panola looking to throw the ball. Pass intended for Cameron Wright, but the Yellow Jackets get the interception. And then Altmeyer looking for Rufus Harvey III. But nice play, but they have to redo that one. Tigers had the lead going into the second quarter. In the end, Starkville is going to get the win. 24-20 was that final. West Point at Lafayette County in Class 5A, and here we go, Commodores. Randy Anderson was hurt early in the season, but scoring on this play. The Doors, 9-7 lead early in the second quarter. Here's more from Lafayette defense. Brandon Harris of West Point looking for somebody to throw to. Scrambles, finally brought down, though, by Keaton Hunter McIntosh. And Lafayette, well, with the football. With that football, Randy Anderson, who we just mentioned, throwing to Brendan Tolles, who is wide open. Don't get that wide open that very often, but he scores. However, West Point would come back. West Point getting the win in this one, 28-24. Number 1 ranked team in 5A gets a big win on the road at the number 3 team in 5A. All right, back to 6A. It's South Haven at Oxford, and Treston Tucker running the ball for South Haven. He's tackled by Scott Norflet. 3rd down and 8 to go. This is in the first quarter. A lot of kids watching. John Meager for the Chargers running the ball. He's going to be brought down by Kendrell Lowry of South Haven. This is Chargers versus Chargers, by the way. And Meager will find an Alec Vaughn, and he's going to make a nice catch. Oxford the early lead. In fact, they rolled in this one. The Chargers of Oxford getting the win. 45-8 was that final. Washington School at Starkville Academy. Get fired up because Starkville Academy Volunteers are having a big year so far. They'll score that touchdown. C.J. Jackson giving the Vols the lead. Then the Generals with the football. Didn't have it for long, but watch what happens. Little fumble there. Garrett Lewis picking it up, and a first down for Starkville Academy. And here's the Vols moving the ball on the ground. Another touchdown. Starkville Academy increasing their lead. Then, fans young and old watching this one. Punt return for the Vols. In the midfield. And a nice catch for the Vols as, well, throwing deep. Ball pops loose. Thomas Barr is going to take it for Washington School, and he'll get a big return the other way. Would not matter, though. Starkville Academy getting the win. They've only lost one this year. 28-7 Vols roll to the win. All right, again, more scores. Of course, our ticker, sponsored by Busy Lad. More scores on our ticker and at WTVA.com. We're going to talk about college football. Our college preview is coming up next. Stay with us. WLOV, I'm Jim Holder. Thank you so much for joining us. We've talked about high school football. Now time for our college football preview. A little bit lighter than usual SEC schedule on Saturday, but two of the bigger games involve Mississippi teams against Alabama teams. The first one is Ole Miss at number 2 Alabama. The Rebels are 2-2 following last week's loss to Cal. Crimson Tide, well, they are rolling at 4-0, and Matt Luke spoke this week on all the challenges in facing Bama on the road.
They got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. They got 3 of the best receivers in the country, maybe 4, and obviously a good running back. So they're just they're very talented. You can kind of pick your poison.
All right, Mississippi State visits number 7 Auburn in the Bulldogs' first night game of the season. MSU is 3-1 after last week's win over Kentucky. The Tigers are unbeaten at 4-0 with freshman quarterback Bo Nix. Joe Moorhead on the difference between Nix and last year's starter, Jarrett Stidham.
I think Bo's a little bit, a little more of a threat with his legs. I mean, Stidham could do it, but he was more of a traditional pocket-style passer, which is why he's playing in the NFL now. But I think Bo poses more of a threat with his feet. So you're seeing a little bit more of that in the run game.
All right, 2 big games tomorrow. Aaron Wilson will have highlights on WTVA and WLOV at 6 and 10, and also at 9 o'clock as well on WLOV. All right, we appreciate you watching. We'll recap of some of the scores real quick. Itawamba AHS wins our game of the week. 38-14 was the final over Houston. West Point rallying to beat Lafayette County 28-24. Starkville a winner over South Panola 24-20. More scores at WTVA.com. A lot of folks work on this show every week behind the scenes. A lot of them you know. 2 of them that we really appreciate. Our producer Maddie Tate does a great job. Our director Austin Adams does a great job as well. We've been doing this for a long time. They help make us look good, and we appreciate their help as always. That is going to do it for this week's edition of Friday Night Fever on WTVA and on WLOV. We're 10:15 every Friday on WTVA and 10:35 on WLOV every week. We'll also post the show on our website as well if you want to watch it again. For our entire staff, I'm Jim Holder. Have a great night and a great weekend. We closed out with our Band of the Week from Houston.